Hello, everyone. I know it's short notice. Jordan, first one in, gets 2 stacks of moldy cash. Thank you, Jordan, for joining. Chris, thank you for joining. It was very quick because I just heard about the press conference that's going to happen, so I thought I'd quickly go live. They're supposed to start at 1:30 California time, which is I guess Pacific or Mountain, I have no idea. And that's Eastern, that's going to be 4:30. But I thought we'd just jump on and get settled in. Thank you, Jamie, or Crimes Untangled, for joining me for this press conference.
I'm very excited today.
And Jamie, it looks like you're going to be my only moderator. So
okay, I will.
I've got
I've
got my chats, YouTube chat up too, so I'm sure I can handle any.
Let me make sure that I'm playing that also.
How are you, Jordan? How are you, Chris? We have 6 people in the background. Don't be shy. Join chat. You're all welcome.
Are you excited?
I'm anxious to find out what it is.
I'm hopeful.
People know, and like I said, it's a very controversial subject, but I hope they get a second chance. Great. And you? I'm good, thank you, Chris. I had to rush home from work and I heard that this was happening, so I rushed home and got this up and going. Mm-hmm. And understanding here, there's no matter which way you fall on this, there's no judgment. No judgment on which way you fall on. They should be released or they're not, because this is a non-judgment safe place. We're all allowed to have our opinions, and all opinions are welcome unless you are being derogatory or attacking other people, attacking myself or attacking the mods or attacking other people in chat. I will not stand for that. I want this to be a safe community, and that's what I'm trying to get it to be about. It looks like they've got about the same amount of chairs as they did when the family. So I wonder if the family is going to be there again today.
They might. You would think that with all of the ones who did. Go ahead.
This is California, so who knows? Riots might break out. Who knows? Who knows? I think it's going to them getting out, because he put out a thing the other day where he said that he doesn't think they'll be a danger to society.
Right.
So I think it's going to the releasing them, but I can't even imagine though what would be going through their brains. They obviously will know prior.
Yeah, they already know what's going to happen today. Because their attorneys would have to imagine.
Jordan says, I have to say, in my opinion, if there's 51% likelihood they were abused, I think they've done more than enough time. Jordan, I agree with you. And that's what I said. And I've taken flack for taking that stance, but back in 1989, men just didn't come out and say they were being SA'd, and even women back in 1989 weren't believed. Back then they would say, oh, look how she was dressed, or why was she in that neighborhood, or why was she doing this? So
Yeah.
times
Guys
have
will believe
changed.
even less.
Exactly. Like even to this day, men come out and they are still questioned because they're men. And that's just wrong. That's just wrong. And I will, men or women, I will stand up for the victims. And I'm not, listen, guys, I will say it 100 million times. I'm not saying them unaliving their parents was right. But I also have the view of being an SA victim and knowing as an adult, my mind, I can't even imagine a child that went through it for years and years and years and years. And that's just my stance. And I don't need anybody to agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, it's okay. Put it in chat. This is a channel we discuss things. We don't say, oh, you can only have one view and that's it.
Well, because even if we don't or even if we don't agree with each other, we still appreciate people giving us their opinion, so that way we have another way to look at it.
Absolutely. 100%. And this is Liv from your channel. Liv, welcome to Crime and Coffee. I believe they got abused after seeing new evidence, even more so now after reading that letter. I think they deserve to walk free for at least Liv, I agree with you. I agree.
I agree.
Jamie, did you put the link to my channel in your chat?
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I put it, hold on, I'll do that because it's in my description. I'm going to put it in my chat right now. Just so that way it's there. Why did
And
you
then
put
if
mine
you
in
put
yours?
no, you're putting it, no, go ahead and put it in mine.
I was like, that's in mine.
I don't, yeah, no, it didn't come up in my YouTube chat. It only came up in my StreamYard. People can't.
That's weird.
Yeah,
you
did it right. You did it right.
Yeah, I did it in mine. And that's why I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you did it right. I apologize.
That's okay. I'll just put it up there a few dozen times.
LJ, welcome. Thanks for the alert, Rochelle. I honestly, I took off from work. Thank God I'm the boss. I'm my own boss, so that's good. I came home quickly, showered, got ready, and I'm like trying to build the live, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
There we go.
So, and anybody here that hasn't subscribed to Crimes Untangled, you know her. She's one of the mods on Crime and Coffee. Plus, she has her own channel. Please go over, like, share, subscribe, show the love.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you being on with me today, Jamie, because we've been kind of doing this together. So I thought there's no way I'm going to do this without you.
No, I love you for that.
Oh. And
I am literally really excited right now. I really, really want to see this go in a positive way.
Okay, there's some family members. Okay, there's Garagos.
Yeah.
Here, guys, I'm going to turn the volume up on the live.
Oh, this is exciting.
And I'll be right back. My dog's barking.
And hey, Liv, I want to know how many people here are excited for this press conference. That's very true, Jordan.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, me either, Liv. Liv said, I can't believe we're here. These boys have really been through it. I can only imagine how they're feeling now. It's been so long. I agree.
Yeah. Jordan says it would be a boring world, and even on chat level, if we all agreed about Jordan, absolutely. I don't want to be a Stepford wife, so
There would be no room for conversation.
yeah, I'm just gonna turn this down, their volume down a little bit, because that audience level is loud. Liv, I can't believe we're here. These boys have really been through it. I can only imagine how they're feeling. Now it's been, oh gosh, I can't even imagine how they're feeling. Is anyone else experiencing video spooling issues? I think it's the cam. It's AP's video. It looks like it's kind of glitchy a bit. Liv says if they walk free in the end, the world has really changed since they got locked away. It must be so. Oh, it's going to be weird. The family looks very happy, guys.
They do.
Garagos looks happy. I think we're getting good news here.
I am so excited.
35,
I didn't double check.
35 years.
I didn't get to double check how many people signed that. I know that we had it up, the Justice for Eric and Lyle.org. We had it up the last time we had this going on. I wonder how many people signed it. I didn't.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I, along with Cliff Gardner, represent Lyle and Eric Mnendez. I also have here today Alex Kazarian, Satar Kassim is somewhere, and Gina Glamian, who have been working for the last 18 months in order to get a release for Lyle and Eric Mnendez. A couple of weeks ago, and so that you understand the background of it, back in May, we filed a writ of habeas corpus. A judge in this courthouse, Judge William Ryan, issued what's called an informal request for a reply. That informal request for a reply was to ask the DA to respond to the allegations of new evidence. Part of the two prongs of new evidence were, number one, a letter that was found at Marta Cano's house that was a letter written by Eric fully 8 months before the killings to his cousin Andy. His cousin Andy testified at the trial. However, in the second trial was demeaned as making this up or was not true. This letter now shows or corroborates that Andy was telling the truth. The letter describes the abuse. The letter, I believe, was released at least temporarily by the DA's office, and anybody who wants it, we can release that as well. The other pillar of the writ of habeas corpus was a declaration by Roy Rosello. The declaration by Roy Rosello is incredibly important for a number of reasons. Number one, Roy Rosello, who was a member or a then member of the band Menudo, was and took great courage at Nuri's finding him and talking to him to sign a declaration that said that he too was assaulted by the father, and not only assaulted, but it happened at the house. The reason that's important is that it corroborates what was testified to in trial number one, that it corroborates the fact that the safe place that Jose thought he had was in the house. It corroborates what the family members said was the very uncomfortable rule in that house, that you could not go down the hallway if Jose was with one of the boys. That was the ground upon which he prayed. We have those two items. Now, there is a separate track. About 3 months ago, we sent a petition, and mind you, the DA's office, there's been those who have said, well, this is election nearing, blah, blah, blah. We filed this, and the DA has been, Mr. Gascon's office has been engaged with us productively, strongly for well over a year. Joan, who you will hear from in about 5 minutes, we actually, because of her young age, turns 93 next month, we had what's a very rare thing done back in December, which is called a conditional examination. It's a deposition in a criminal case to preserve her testimony. She was there with her lawyer, Brian Friedman, who represents the family. And what we are also on a
Sorry, guys. I think this is a replay of the last one.
parallel track doing is asking, and have been asking, the DA to look at the work they have done and resentence them, to support the resentencing. Now, when I say the work they have done, Lyle and Eric have started, mind you, since 2005, up until the time that Judge Ryan issued the request for an informal reply, have had no hope of ever getting out. Since 2005, they had exhausted all legal remedies. They had resigned themselves to being in prison for the rest of their lives. You could take two tracks on that. You could either just become a hardcore, irreconcilable recidivist, or you could do what they've done, which is create programs, counsel people, develop amazing programs, mentoring people, go to college, get degrees. Lyle, in fact, graduated from the first ever class in June. I watched
I'm trying to look right now as to what's going on.
What's up, everybody?
No, listen, you're cutie patootie, but I just don't. It's this one's saying 7 days ago. Oh no.
This one says 3 hours
What's
ago.
up, everybody?
That one says 7 days ago.
Yeah, that's the press conference.
7 days ago. 7 days ago. Where?
Okay. I gotta go to.
Need to learn. Sorry, guys. Let's find this because it's almost time.
Good thing that we caught that on time.
Because I'm like, this looks.
Yeah. I was thinking that too for a second there because I was looking at the outfit that Kitty's sister was wearing. I was going, she's wearing the same exact outfit.
But it just a minute ago said upcoming, and now it's. Just bear with me, guys. I just want to see where we're at. Live ended. Oh, who's got this? Who's got this? Resentencing decision today.
So right here.
I can't see you.
No, I know. I know you can't. I was gonna say. So there's for Los Angeles District Attorney provides update on review of the Mnendez Brothers murder, and that is going live right now, I believe.
Yeah, but you got to put the link in my YouTube channel because I can't see your link and you can't pull it up.
That's true. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see. I want you to see if this is the right one.
7 days ago.
Okay. So let me go to you real quick. Here, check this one out and see if I'm right. Or not if I'm right, because it's not my feed, but I'm not there. I wish I was there.
Yep, this is the one.
Okay. All right. I went in panic mode trying to find that as quickly as I could when I noticed her outfit.
Yeah, because I was like, this looks like it's old. Here we go. I am so sorry, Pat. I am so sorry. Here we go. Thank you, Jamie.
Rochelle.
Let me mute that. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's all I was going to say is if you want to, we can answer some questions. If anybody has any questions or anything, because this is going to be a minute. Now we are early. So if you want to go ahead and not have to listen to them, just set up everything and you want to answer questions or whatever, we could do that for until they come up.
I am so sorry, chat. I was like, because AP had it as upcoming, and then obviously they shut that down. Let me see what I've got going on. I want to make sure I got some of this closed off. I'll let my dog back in.
This is going to be insane.
Because I was like, this is weird that they're having it in the. This is getting setting up feels a lot more real. I feel like we're going to get good news. I think so too, Liv. I agree.
I think so.
He did a write up, or he spoke the other day saying that how he didn't think that they would be a danger to society. So that just to me gives a positive tone to what we're going to hear. And I'm kind of wondering too if it wasn't going to be positive, would he do a press conference, or would he just try to have it behind closed doors and be done with it?
Yeah, I don't see it being like broadcasted like this. If it was just going to be yeah, well, we looked at it, but we're not doing anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't usually come out and say that, but you know, I really think this is going to be positive. That's what I'm saying.
I wish the camera would turn around and let us see. Hey, Tally girl, welcome, my friend. I'm here with bells on.
Hi, Tally. But there are a lot of smiles in there.
Yeah, I wish the camera would turn around and see if there's family members there. We'll know. If we hear cheering, we'll know there's family. I'm kind of nervous.
My eyes were like tearing up. So, wow.
This is the Mnendez Brothers. There's a press conference to say if they're going to be released or not. Hello, Monarch, my friend. Hello, everyone. Many people have been essayed and they don't. 100% Monarch. 100%. It's not something like I can't dispute that because I was essayed. I didn't. But at the same time, I can't say through all the abuse that I went through, I didn't have some dark thoughts.
That's just the same goes for anybody who's been physically abused. That doesn't mean that they turn around and physically abuse somebody else.
Yeah. And I don't take that away. I don't take that away at all, that unaliving of their parents, it was a crime. Yes. And they've been 35 years, but nobody has recognized the crime that happened to them. And that's my point. But I appreciate, Monarch, I appreciate you and I appreciate your views 100%. Tally Gal says, thank you for having this live. I rushed home for this. Liv says, I agree. This looks very legit. This will go viral everywhere so they know what they're doing. At Monarch, or Tally Girl says, at Monarch, so was I, but my father wasn't a powerful music executive who made it clear he would have my brother and I unalived.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I said, guys, in this community, Crime and Coffee, everybody's opinion is valued. And I really do appreciate Monarch for their view. And I don't shy away from people's different views. They called me Ivan. Welcome. Release Brothers, pray for them. And Monarch is a friend to Crime and Coffee, and that's just the way it will always be, because I don't want anybody in chat going at Monarch, because I won't allow it. No matter what our views are, we are allowed our opinions, and we will respect each other even though our opinions may differ. Because Monarch is a good human being, just like the rest of us. I would highly doubt that. I would highly doubt that. It would be something if they were there, but guaranteed, if they are released, they will actually have a press conference too. There would be no way around it. LJ and MSNBC said the decision will be announced at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
It'll be 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, LJ. Sorry, I don't think I'd cope if my parents did that to me from such a young age. That would alter my brain chemistry and definitely disrupt my brain functioning. Those poor boys went through hell. They did go through hell. Yes, they did.
It was a nightmare.
I went through it. I went through SA for 12 hours. I can't imagine. And I'm an adult. I can't imagine as a child going through it daily. I just can't comprehend, because 12 hours was just hell. So I just can't imagine. I'll turn the volume back up on the live feed when somebody comes to the podium. Liv says they were kids. People forget now because they're adults, but they didn't know any different. And I agree. And then you'll get the argument that they were adults when they unalived their parents. But the problem is with that is this was building up for years and years and years and years. And
but you
so
also have to think. Sorry, you also have to think about the fact that 8 months before this happened, that letter to their cousin Andy was written describing that he still doesn't like to go sleep at night because he never knows when his dad's going to come into the room. He is an adult still in fear of being essayed by his father.
Yeah.
Or still living through it. It's not something that he got to not have to go through every night, or the thought every night at least.
Shay says they need therapy, not jail. Pray for them. Absolutely. Liv says, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you, Liv. I appreciate your kindness. Monarch says at Tallygal, at Liv, maybe they couldn't see any other way out. And that's exactly what I feel. Again, guys, as soon as somebody comes to the podium, I will stop talking and I will turn the volume up. I'm sorry there'll be LJ I'm sure they'll be there. It's being so long, not believing them was in. Oh, LJ, you think they're going to be at this press conference?
Well, wouldn't that be before? We would have heard something before, because in order for them to be at that press conference, they would have had to have been processed, and everybody would know if they had been processed out.
Maybe, but maybe they're trying to keep it undercover because of afraid of protests. At Tallygal, at Monarch, not sure how familiar you are with case, but I recall how this case was portrayed in media. I definitely didn't understand their family history then. Trauma experts believe and support them. I agree, Tallygal. Liv says at Monarch, of course, all opinions welcome, but those boys deserve some justice at least. They still loved their parents. They just wanted it to stop.
They still love their parents, even to this day.
Well, Eric couldn't live with himself.
No.
He even tried to unalive. He considered unaliving himself. And look at Andy, his cousin. Andy
Yeah, I was gonna say
unalived
this
himself.
went further. Yeah, this went further
Andy,
than just inside the house. Go ahead.
Yeah, Andy unalived himself because he couldn't help his cousins. Like he couldn't live with his cousins, knowing what his cousins went through, and unalived himself. So right now, at this very moment, I'm saying rest in peace, Andy, because you might
Another
have
victim.
really just helped your cousins anyway.
Oh, sorry. He ended
Sandy,
up being another victim.
Yeah, Sandy, welcome to Crime and Coffee. They walked on eggshells every day of their lives. They absolutely did. I'm coming at this from my angle as an SA survivor. And I did a live not too long ago on this, and I was so ashamed of myself because I didn't give the same weight to a male survivor as I would a woman survivor. And I actually did a live. Jamie, Crimes Untangled, joined me because I wanted to admit and own that I was basically prejudiced against male SA, and I owned it, and I'm making sure that, oh, let me see if they're saying anything.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 3.
Mic check.
Mic check. So I just wanted to make sure I show. Tally says, isn't that something that Andy's letter played a part in this possibility for justice after all these years? It is it's sad that he's not here to see it, but he still helped his cousins. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to turn this up just in case they come while my dog keeps barking. Give me 1 sec.
It's bittersweet. It is, Tally Gal. I'm hopeful for today. I really am. I've been following this case for years and years.
I'm the mean one.
All right, Tally Girl, it's bittersweet. It's long time coming for now justice for those boys. For healing for those boys. And I call them boys because they were boys when they went in. Even though they're older than me. Praying for some good news here, Liv. Same here. Oh, come on. If a clock never goes so slow in my life. No, don't lose the feed. Oh. No. Come on, get back in there. Get back into your cameras.
We've got a few minutes. They'll have it fixed. They better have it fixed.
There we go. Oh, it looks like they're bringing in some more chairs. Maybe they're going to be family members. Why do you keep zooming? What are you doing? Come on, Los Angeles. Get your cameras going. All right. Tally Gal says, still 35 years lost and the trauma to both families. They don't defend what they did. they could only explain how they believed it was their parents or them. I 100% agree with you, Tally Girl. But you know when you've got both sides of the family asking for them to be released, except for Kitty's brother. I'm not going to hide the fact that he's out there and he's, but at the same time, he doesn't want to believe his sister could be like that. Sandy says we need to keep them in our prayers for their protection. I agree, Sandy. Thank you for saying that. And all new, everybody new here today, thank you for coming into Crime and Coffee and sitting here with us and watching this, hopefully, good news come down. I appreciate every single one of you. And again, I appreciate Crimes Untangled for coming on here with me. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I got the volume cut anyway. Shay, I have high hopes for them. So do I, Shay. I hope you don't mind me calling you Shay. Tally Gal says, and Kitty's brother was also abusive to his family. I think it hit too close to home for him. He'd rather stay in denial. I agree with you 100%. Hey, Deb, stopping to say hi, but will not stay for the case. Are you coming on tonight, Rochelle? Absolutely, my dear. I'm coming on tonight. Thank you for stopping and saying hi. And I know this is not your thing, but I appreciate you doing that so much, Deb.
And Esther? Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to try. Shema? See you tonight, my friend. Oh, the family member is there. Joan is right in the center there.
Oh, there she is. I was like, I can't see her. I see her now.
Oh, I think he just told her the boys are there. Oh, you are sweet, Monarch. You are sweet, and I do appreciate you. I know you appreciate me as I do all of you. This is why this is such a great community. It truly is. I do. I just, Joan does break my heart too.
I want to see her face.
He just wants to hug those boys again. Media keeps knocking over the flags. Geez, the family must feel like they're circus sideshow or something. Get the cameras out of their face.
As I just sat here saying, I want to see her face expression.
But I guess it's a small price to pay to see their nephews and cousins again. Oh, so would I, Liv. So would I. I'm looking for Eric's wife.
Yeah, why did I move away from California?
Oh, I wish I lived in California right now.
Kind of like I want to go home. Hmm. Everybody's there. Is it just me, or can anybody hear anything, or is it just me? I can't hear anything right now.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you. I just wasn't sure if you had muted the feed or what, because I was like, I can't hear anything, but now I hear you.
No, I muted the feed.
Okay. I was just double checking because I was thinking, did I mess? Never mind. It's fine then. It's good. I was worried.
No, just because all the wrestling and the click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click are just like.
Not like I said,
I
I
know,
was just worried.
Tally Gal, I muted the press conference just because of the cameras clicking and all the wrestling. I just muted it until somebody goes up to the podium. Like, why don't they have one of the pool cameras? Why are they not up front? That doesn't make sense to me. Oh yeah, we do get some feedback from Tangles. Yeah. Same here, Liv. Same here. Crimes, do you
My house
have it
was
on?
My house was completely silent until just now, and then it's
I
like
was gonna
everybody
say,
decided to wake up.
Okay, I thought, do you have the feed on? Because we were getting some
Let me double check all of my.
we were getting some feedback when it was on.
No, I have everything off. Except for I didn't turn my TV all the way down. Apparently, now it is.
Okay. This is this is why I shouldn't have came on so early, but I didn't want to miss it.
And my chair is squeaky. Sorry.
It truly would be something if the boys were being brought over or brought to Crimes Untangled. You said it's what, 45 minutes away from where they are?
It's about it depending on traffic and stuff like that. It's about 45 minutes. The traffic on the freeway from San Diego to LA is a nightmare. And they're at Richard Donovan, I believe. That's San Diego.
Yeah.
So like I so badly wish I was home right now. I would be there. Okay, we're down to 1 minute, so they need to Put the pedal on. Let's go.
And LJ said that they said it was going to be 15 to 20-minute press conference. So okay, it's 4:30.
Think
But-
Aragos is going to say anything to the cameras today?
I doubt it. Who knows? I agree. They're going to be under tight security. Yeah. But I would say if they are not here for this press conference, then within a couple days we'll get a press conference from them. Oh, I thought she was going to the podium. Okay, I'm just going to
Make
turn the
more
volume
room for
on.
the family.
The anticipation is
Uh-huh.
I want to see them, but I also want to respect their privacy. Can imagine it's going to be crazy overwhelming. Remember when they went in, cell phones were those big, gigantic friggin' and what the internet? I know, like
Oh, come on. She gonna speak? No.
no, I think she's just getting things organized. Oh,
1, 2.
Mic check. Mic check.
We can't have the media standing along this. There's a group that might stay away. So make sure when it's time to, you can't have Yeah. Can everyone please silence their phones? Give me just a second. Computers, volume off, please. Thank you.
that's awesome.
Okay.
There's a few chairs over there. Make sure there's people walking around the firehouse. I have always said.
Oh, come on with it. Send them the link to Crime and Coffee. Join the party.
Who is she blowing a kiss to? I'm just curious.
I didn't see it.
Everybody's thumbs up.
Oh, and the family lawyer just did a pump fist pump. Enough with the thumbs up.
Right?
You saw that, Liv? You saw the fist pump? Hey, Leah, my friend, welcome.
Hey, Leah.
There's some chairs over on the side if anybody wants to take a seat. The hallway walk from the news conference.
Sally girl, I'm the same. I'm trying not to have expectations, but you can feel it in the air. Yep, you sure can. I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Well, you ain't a politician if you're on time. The whole atmosphere
The smiles.
and how everyone is dressed, etc. It feels like it's going to be revolutionary.
Sorry.
This is a good day for all male essay victims. And I just want to remind people that we've come a long way to recognize that this happens to men every bloody day. I just hope they get with excellent therapists once they have settled. The change and attention will be a lot to handle. I worry more for Lyle than Eric. Eric's wife is an extraordinary woman, and I don't see her here. I've been looking for her, but she might be at the prison. Yeah, that doctor, he needs to be. He's doing marriage therapy.
New Mexico.
That's what in New Mexico. That's what he's doing now. How dare he even be able to practice anything?
He had how many mistresses and he's doing couple therapy?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Callie girl, I think she might be with Eric. Eric and Lyle, right? Yep. therapy for marriage, couples therapy. Right, Telly girl? That's insane. In New Mexico. So anybody who lives in New Mexico and you're
Avoid.
having problems with therapy with your spouse, I recommend you don't go to him. And I'll call him a creep because he is a creep. And the prosecutor, she's a creep also. That was disgusting. Hold on, guys. That was disgusting. Her interview that she did and literally said that the board that governs therapists had called her and said they were going to strip away his license. And she said, "Can you hold off for a week until after he testifies?" Oh, Monarch, I'm not too sure. I know we found his name in New Mexico, but if I was him, I'd be going under a different name, 100%. Yes, their wives are their greatest support system. It'll be overwhelming and everyone will want a piece of them. They will have to be strong boundaries. Absolutely. I think, oh, she's saying something.
You will have a few opportunities. Too many folks in here.
Come on, Los Angeles, fix your TV, your cameras. Yes. They are, there's definitely have to be boundaries. Excellent. I don't think Pam even recognized how bad that made her look. I know, right? It was horrible. And for her to sit there in an interview and admit to that just shows you how corrupt their trials were, especially the second trial. The second trial was disgusting. Absolutely, Tally girl. She was very proud of herself. Absolutely. Closed-minded. It was hard to watch her interview on the dock. Yep, it was really hard. You know what, guys? I just want to say I'm so proud of our younger generation at this moment because this movement started because of them. And for them to recognize that men can be essayed and young boys can go through this. And I'm just so proud of the younger generation right now. And I'm so proud for all male victims for this day because this is just showing them that we can be heard. We can be believed. There's chairs here. There's chairs here. There's people sitting here. Telly Girl says, yes, it moves me that the younger generation really brought this about. They created the buzz and pressure on DA via social media. Liv says, I'm proud of us too. It shows if we unite, we do have some sort of power.
Absolutely.
And Liv, if you don't mind me asking, are you that younger generation? Because it just moves me that they saw the corrupt, they saw this, and bravo. So many people sit there and say, oh, the younger generation this, the younger generation that. Well, no, you know what? I am 48 and I am so proud of the younger generation. I'm just very proud at this moment. And that they recognized that male, female, children, this happens to everybody. And I'm so happy for all male victims out there today. I find it very emotional because I am a victim, but I'm a female. And I know what I went through, and I can't imagine what men go through daily. I'm 26, depends on you, class the younger generation, but I'm from the UK, and everyone here too. You are the younger generation, my dear, and you are
Yes.
actually a couple years younger than my son. And it's incredible what the younger generation did. Because if it wasn't for them, we would not be here today. And that's just plain as plain as it can get. If it wasn't for the younger generation and the movement that it's just incredible.
They're going on 20 minutes late here. Come on.
I'm wondering if they're waiting on the boys.
Just completely coincidental. Not what? I've been home for 365 days.
Liv, where in the UK are you from? I love England. I've been there many a times.
Yes. 6. Somebody said yeah, really? And November 26th is the day that that's the day.
LJ says, I think the Me Too movement helped also as men came forward who were harassed and sexually assaulted, as well as women, Weinstein, Spacey, etc. Me Too made it okay to talk about a press charges. Okay, and you know what? Yes, Me Too. Okay, Crimes Untangled and myself have had this comment about Me Too.
Mm-hmm.
And Me Too has done good things, but also it's allowed people like Amber Heard to say something and be believed. And that becomes, it hurts the movement. It hurts victims that are actually victims being heard. So I don't disagree with you, LJ. I just think that the Me Too movement is
a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword, but anything that came out of it good, I will not deny. Mm-hmm. I just think it allowed people like Amber Heard say this, and people instantly believed her, and that's the shame of it. Monarch, if so, oh, did I miss a comment from Monarch? Oh, that was a while ago. I'd love for someone to expose him. Honestly, Telly Gal, if I could find, if he's under a different name and I find out, I will expose that SOB.
Give
I
me 2
will.
seconds.
Thank you. That's lovely. You are so strong to go through what you did. I'm sorry. I hope you found your peace. I'm from Wales. Oh, that's beautiful. Wales is beautiful. And thank you for your kind words. I just got another information today about my attacker, and he is absolutely being released either January 22nd or January 24th. Yes, Me Too contributed as well. Yeah, it did, but it also had the side where, but that's like everything, right? Any type of movement, there's always something can come out of it that can swing the pendulum the opposite way. But I don't take away from anything that has got, especially men, and I have to say it, especially men, the right to speak, the right to say what happened to them, and for them to feel safe to say it without being classed as anything else. I don't think Amber was believed by most. I watched that trial. It became very clear AH was not credible, and it brought attention to the fact that women can be abusers and men. And you're right there, Tally Girl. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe her one bloody second. You're right,
So I have
Rochelle.
news.
One sec.
Want it?
You're right,
Okay.
Rochelle. There are many people who lie, and people are so afraid to doubt them. Agree. Maggie, you're right. Go ahead, sorry.
No problem. As of October 2024, Dr. Oziel, now known as Jerry Oziel, is working at the Marital Mediation Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where he now lives. He works with couples to improve their relationships through mediation as an alternative to getting a divorce.
So he's still going by his last name?
Yes, he is. Yeah. He just changed from Jerome to Jerry.
Oh,
That's
guess what, Jerry Oziel? You are a lying SOB. I hope you find this. I hope you see it. And I hope every day of your life you are haunted by something. He is just a nasty human being. Crazy. While there's true evil in the world, any abuse is still abuse, no matter gender or sexuality. No one should go through that period. 100%, Liz. 100%.
But he's not a licensed therapist now. Now he just works for like mediating. So he doesn't have to have a license for that. It's disgusting. But he's still playing with people's lives.
But actually, what I found out was he does have a license because he can get licensed in other states, even though his license was revoked in another one.
Oh, according to this, he's not got his license. He lost in 2007 or something like that. I gotta go back up.
Yeah, he's a mediation, and Monarch's right. I think he's a life coach. Can you imagine this man being a life coach?
You don't have to have a license to be a life coach.
Nope. He shouldn't be. I hope
I
there's
can't
people,
say what I think for him.
I hope there's people in New Mexico that find out where he's doing this, and they go and they just let him know they know who he is, and let other people know who he is. So before he wrecks anybody else's life. And the thing is, in the first place, he reported back to Jose about what the boys were saying.
Yep.
When it was court ordered for them to speak to a therapist. I wouldn't even let him coach me in tennis. Oh, I may, because I would aim. I heard people were beating up on you, so I'm back. Don't let the douchebags get you. You have wealth throughout opinions and should be heard. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, I've been getting it. Let me tell you. I have been getting it. I appreciate you, Maggie. I appreciate you being here. It's been a rough go, but I'm just trying to get Crime and Coffee back to where it was before all this vitriol happened. Telegal, that's what I wondered. If he was licensed in the state he lives in, life coaches don't need a license. Perhaps that means he can't reinstate his license either in New Mexico. Pardon me, guys. I hope he can't. Something is delaying this
Yeah, it is.
press conference.
That's very odd. Because it's almost 30 minutes now that they're behind. That's strange.
Yeah.
So I would understand like 5-10 minutes, even 15. But now we're going on 30 minutes. Something's causing the delay.
Tallygal says, are people mean because you support the Mnendez? One, yes, but the major reason is because other channels are just being mean to each other, and I got caught up in that, Tallygal, and now they're coming in, they're attacking me in any which way they can attack me. It really did hurt for a while. By far, the majority of people are honest about their accusations. 100% LJ. 100. Now, I will say, in a town just not too far from me, this young girl had relations with her boyfriend. Her family found out that she was not a virgin anymore, and she blamed it on a man a couple doors down. And so that man went through hell. He wasn't even in town. He went through a year of hell trying to prove his innocence. And he was about 400, I'm Canadian, guys, if you don't know, 400 kilometers away from where he lived. And it still took him a year to clear his name. And he literally had to move out of the small town that he lived in because still people did not believe him. And she lied about it. That should have said thought out. Thanks, Maggie. Don't they have to be resentenced? They could just, he could say resentenced and time served right here. Because he's the DA.
Yeah, that's paperwork that could have already been signed by the judge. It could have already been done. He could be coming out just to let everybody know what the agreement was, so to speak.
Monarch, you are so true. He's as crazy as Jody and Ruby. 100%. 100%. Liv says the majority of those who display their negative views are the ones who don't do their research, or they choose the side they feel would provoke more attention, harm, and that's psychology. Yeah, it's like I said, the Crime and Coffee is a safe place, no matter your opinion, no matter the side that you're taking, either on a trial or say even the Mnendez. We welcome the different views. And at the same time, we have different views. We don't attack each other in those different views. And that's what I want the channel to get back to. Maggie says, my sister, now 70, told me last night about a lie she told to her college boyfriend 60 years ago because she could. I said, what? I said, what then hell? What the hell? Right? It's wrong when that happens, but per SA experts, false accusations are the exception rather than the rule. There are still many more victims who stay silent due to their fear of not being believed. 100% tally.
Yeah, that's
100%. And that's why I've been open about my story, because if somebody comes across my channel, they hear my story, they can email me, They can do whatever they need to. If they need someone to talk to or ask questions, whatever, I am here, no matter male, female, or child. I will be there for them, even if they just need to scream, yell, curse, whatever. If they just need to get it out, I will be those ears that will listen and not say, oh, well, you shouldn't be feeling this way, or, oh no, this is what the textbook says you should be feeling. That is just bullshit. What is going on, guys? Why is this taking
This
so
is
long?
so frustrating. I'm so irritated. I'm looking up everything that I can right now, just trying to figure out what's going on, but I'm not finding anything.
I have a weird feeling they're waiting for the boys.
So I'm
Oh,
trying to
could
get
you
into-
imagine? Oh my God, could
Rich.
you imagine? I wish we could read lips because she's talking to Joan quite a lot.
I am looking it up because I'm irritated. I'm looking up the prison right now that they're in.
I don't think they'd publish it right away.
I don't know if it'd be published, but I'm trying to see if I could get a hold of somebody that I know in California. My dad had a lot of really, really good attorneys. I still keep in touch with them in California.
Liv says, I'm happy to live in a world where speaking freely about your experiences, Kay. Feel for those who have gone and passed, who just had to sit in silence and deal with those horrors. Oh, Liv, absolutely. And again, this is for family members that have had people that, and a lot of men unalive themselves because they can't live with this. So to all of them, all the victims in heaven, let's just send up a quick prayer to them and say, you are believed. We believe you. And like I said, guys, I'm not a churchgoer, but I do believe in a higher power. And I have to, because I'm alive today and I shouldn't be. And Liv, your last comment was struck for some reason by YouTube, so it might have had a word in it that they didn't like, and I didn't catch it in time, so I do apologize.
What is going on?
Tally says, I would love to see the reaction of their fellow inmates if they are freed. I suspect they'll try to stay connected to the connections and programs they develop there. I think they will, Tally. I think they will, and I'm so excited to see, to give them some time, but I'm so excited to see what they're going to do on the outside for survivors. I just have a feeling they're going to do very good things. What is going on? Jamie, do you understand what Conger is saying?
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking when you said that. I was trying to read somebody's lips on the. Sorry, that was ridiculous. Okay. I don't. You're gonna make me do that, huh? So saying, yeah, the brothers need to be liberated or freed. It's kind of like, yeah, just, yeah, they stand with them. So,
Can you talk
I'm
back
also-
to this person?
yeah. I'll write it though, because I don't like speaking Spanish.
Yes, live the anticipation. I apologize, Conger. I don't know if you speak English or not. I don't speak Spanish, or I would converse with you in Spanish, but thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Everybody in this room must be like, what is going on? They're 36 minutes late.
I'm trying to think of the wording, how I want to say it.
Okay, here he goes with the thumbs up again, guys.
Yeah, we've seen that though. He keeps saying it, but he's not, like, nothing's happening.
No, I think he's behind a camera and he's just getting confirmation that it's working properly. I think I've seen the DA, so they must be waiting on the guys. Let's hope. I hope so, Sandy. Oh my goodness. When in doubt, be a unicorn. What a name. Watching London, England, followed this case for decades. I hope they're freed. It's time. Thank you. When in doubt, be a unicorn. I love that name. And from London, I love London. I do. I was there. The last time I was in England was for the Queen's funeral. Tallygal says, I am not surprised. There's a lot to coordinate for this to go off without a hitch. Yes. Oh, okay. Do we got more people coming? I see
Eric?
people that we haven't seen before.
It says that Eric Galen Mnendez is still in custody.
Yeah, I think they have a hard time. Okay, I think they're lining people up now, so let's
Side as
listen
well.
in.
That would be great. And just the closer, the better.
The
Here we
date.
go, guys. Here we go.
Raw.
Thank you guys so much.
Here we go.
Mnendez, a case that has made national
What?
headlines for decades. That is George Gascon, the
Seriously?
Los Angeles County DA. Let's listen to a decision that he could
Yeah.
make about their future.
Now you're cutting in.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. And before I begin speaking, I want to also introduce some other people that are here with me, and I hope I'm pronouncing the names right because I've seen handwritten part of it. But I have Ana Maria Barat, Jose Mnendez, Jose Mnendez and niece Karen Bender-Mollen, and Katie's niece. They're all here with us. Also with us here is Brock Lunsford. He's the assistant head deputy for the post-litigation conviction unit, and Nancy Cervier, who is the deputy district attorney in charge of the resentencing unit. Let me begin by telling you that this is a case where we've had many people in this office spend a great deal of time reviewing the case. I have to tell you unequivocally that we don't have a universal agreement. There are people in the office that strongly believe that the Mnendez brothers should stay in prison the rest of their life. And they do not believe that they were molested. And there are people in the office that strongly believe that they should be released immediately and that they were in fact molested. I have to tell you that after a very careful review of all the arguments that were made for people on both sides of this equation, I came to a place where I believe that under the law, resentencing is appropriate, and I am going to recommend that to a court tomorrow. What that means in this particular case is that we're going to recommend to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed and that they would be sentenced for murder, which, because there are 2 murders involved, that would be 50 years to life. However, because of their age, under the law, since they were under 26 years of age at the time that these crimes occurred, they will be eligible for parole immediately. The teams that have worked on this, on the resentencing side of it, have spent literally probably hundreds of hours by now looking at this case. These cases were originally presented on the habeas side of it, which I'll explain in a moment what that is, last year, and then the request for a prosecutor-initiated resentencing occurred earlier this year. And there have been people in this office working in these cases from the very beginning, as well as many other cases that we have. The reason why I'm here today and why I came in front of all of you about 10 days ago is because there was a more recent documentary about the case that again brought a tremendous amount of public attention. And we know there have been other documentaries, so this is not the first, this is a more recent one. And frankly, our office got flooded with requests for information. And even though this case was already scheduled to be heard in late November, I decided to move this forward because, quite frankly, we did not have enough resources to handle all the requests. And one of the things that I thrive to do in this office is to be very transparent in everything that we do. In this case, we review the prison files. And you have to understand that the way the process works, when you're talking about a sentence, a resentencing under the law, it really focuses not necessarily on what the original crimes were, but it focuses on, has the person been rehabilitated, number one, and number two, can they be released safely into the community? Under that rubric, since I've been in office, we have resentenced over 300 people, including 28 for murder. Only 4 have reoffended. If that was a regular recidivism rate in this country, we would be the safest nation in the world, but we know that it's not. In fact, somewhere between 40 and 50% of the people that go to prison reoffend and get rearrested. And that's why we have so many problems. However, when you look at the case of the Mnendez brothers, you see 2 very young people. One was 19 and the other one was 21 when they committed this horrible acts. And I want to underline, they were horrible acts. There is no excuse for murder. And I will never imply that what we're doing here is to excuse that behavior, because even if you get abused, the right path is to call the police, seek help. But I understand also how sometimes people get desperate. We often see women, for instance, that have been battered for years, and sometimes they will murder their abuser out of desperation. And I do believe that the brothers were subjected to a tremendous amount of dysfunction in the home and molestation. But they went to prison for life without the possibility of parole, which meant that certainly under the law at that time, they had no hopes of ever getting out. They could have done what many other people do, which is basically said, you know what, I'm here for the rest of my life, so I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to misbehave. I'm going to join gangs. I'm going to live the life of the person. But they never did that. To the contrary, even though they didn't think that they would ever be left free, they engaged in a different journey, a journey of redemption and a journey of rehabilitation. And often the people that begin their journey of rehabilitation and redemption in prison is often very internal in what they do. And one of our lawyers pointed out this today, is usually the path is people try to further their education, do things for self-improvement, which the brothers have done, by the way. But it's more unique or less usual, I guess, when people not only do that, but they also begin to engage in ways to make life for others better. And in this case, the brothers have been doing so for a very long time, creating groups to deal with how to address untreated trauma, creating groups to deal with other inmates that have physical disabilities and may be treated differently. Even in one case, Lyle negotiating for other inmates as to the conditions that they live under during prison. And all this was done by two young people. Now they're not as young. They had no hopes of ever getting out of prison. They have been in prison for nearly 35 years. I believe that they have paid their debt to society. And the system provides a vehicle for their case to be reviewed by a parole board. And if the parole concurs with my assessment, and it will be their decision, they will be released accordingly. I must underline, however, this case will be filed in court tomorrow. The final decision will be made by the judge. Court has to agree with my conclusion that they deserve to be resentenced. It is very possible that there may be members of this office that will be present in court opposing the resentencing. And they have a right to do so. And we encourage those that disagree with us
Come on.
that will be present in court opposing the resentencing. And they have a right to do so. And we encourage those that disagree with us to speak, and the court is the appropriate place to do it. We certainly feel we're very sure not only that the brothers have rehabilitated and that they will be safe to be reintegrated in our society, but that they have paid their dues, not only for the crimes that they committed, but because of all the other things they have done to improve the life of so many others. So again, we will be filing for resentencing tomorrow. We're seeking that they would be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole, as opposed to life without the possibility of parole, which is they currently have. That means that they would have 50 years to life because there were two murders. But because of the age upon which they were convicted, under 26, under current law, that means they're eligible for youthful parole. I think there is also important to have some introspection today, because I think that often, for cultural reasons, we don't believe victims of sexual assault, whether they're women, whether they're men. we saw in our first trial, which, by the way, they were tried twice. The first trial hung, meaning the jury could not come to a conclusion. And in fact, about half of the jury wanted to convict them of manslaughter, which, if that were have been the case, they would have been off prison a long time ago. And then there was a second trial, and then they were convicted of murder with special circumstances, which led to the life without the possibility of parole. But it's salient to understand that our own implicit and sometimes explicit bias around sexual abuse and sexual assaults often leads us to severe injustices in our community. And I want to speak to those that are victims of sexual assault now, whether you're a man or a woman. Know that we're here for you. If you're a victim of sexual assault in this community, and by that we're talking about LA County, not just LA City, you can come for help. Whether you're prepared to prosecute or not, we will be here for you. We have services for you. And if you're prepared to move forward with the prosecution, we will evaluate it as we do any other case. And if we believe that the evidence is there to present a credible case in front of a jury that can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, we would proceed accordingly. You do not have to suffer alone. You don't have to keep it to yourself. And help is here unconditionally. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish because I know there's tremendous amount of interest from the Spanish media. And I know that there are going to be other speakers today.
There you have it, an extraordinary development coming to us from Los Angeles at this hour. George Gascon to Los Angeles.
I'm just
I
going to
wanted
turn
to hear
him
it in
off. I don't-
Spanish.
Yeah, I just don't want to. He's not going to play it in Spanish.
No, that's why I was saying that was kind of rude. I wanted to hear it in Spanish. But
I'm pretty sure the way the DA was just speaking, that was a message to the judge,
oh yeah.
and to the parole board. I do hope that people in LA are going to be at that courthouse.
I would be there if I was still in Cali.
At Tally Gal, do you know why Leslie Abrams not at the presser? She said in the one and the one documentary that it's in the court's hands. She took a beating. She literally did take a beating in that second trial. I can understand why she's staying quiet.
Didn't she
Yeah.
also say that she still believes in their innocence and she still believes in them? She just doesn't really want to be back into the circus, so to speak. She wants
Yeah.
the court to do its job now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tally Gal, yeah, if I lived there, I'd be there. I would.
Yeah.
Monarch, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. So tomorrow they'll file it. I'm
Today's
pretty
the 24th. I'm sorry, I was trying to say. So if they're filing it tomorrow, I mean, the court could either A, take care of it tomorrow or take it under advisement and take a few days to decide. I would
well,
hope that they
tomorrow's
get this
Friday.
done by
too.
October. I mean, by
Well,
October.
no,
late October.
no. But remember what Garrigo said. He hopes that they will be released by Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving in the United States is, I believe it's the 27th this year.
I don't know. I don't keep track.
Monarch, because she hasn't been authorized by them to speak, and she hated the media circus yet. And remember, the boys were not happy with her in that second trial. They were not happy. And I don't blame them. And she was not happy because
Her hands were tied.
yeah, she just couldn't. Everything she had to fight for the boys was taken away from her.
Exactly. Ouch.
At Tally Gal, thank you. Yeah, so this was a huge case for her. And it didn't end well. And she was mocked. Like what they call her the
Oh, it got ugly. It just got so ugly.
Ragged Annie, things like that. JJ at Crime and Coffee Crew. Do you go to England I did go especially for the Queen's funeral? Yes. Yep. The day she passed away, I booked my ticket, and I had to think back to, okay, she was in Scotland, so that's so many days that her body will lay in state in Scotland. And then I was like, all right. So I was there the day before her funeral. I stood in line for 17 hours to pay my respects to the Queen. And that JJ, welcome, JJ. JJ Dawn became a YouTube member. Yep. And I spent 17 hours in that line. Well, I didn't get no sleep because then I found my spot for the funeral, and I just hung out with where I found some other Canadians and hung out there with them. And I slept. I think I slept an hour because the one lady, she allowed me to use her little sleeping thing that she had for an hour, and we just took turns taking little cat naps, laying on I slept on the streets of England. Tally says both Eric and Lyle speak highly of Leslie in the present. I hope they meet with her privately. She is 80 to 81 now. Yep. Oh yeah, they speak like absolutely. Like it's time has passed. Old wounds are that aren't so deep are healed.
I will say that she fought for them with everything, well, especially Eric, because she wasn't really Lyle's attorney, but she was fighting for the boy, and I'm calling them boys because they were so young. But she fought for them. She fought like a tiger. She came out swinging until she was put in a cage. Basically, it was like she had nothing left she could do once the prosecution got their way in that second trial.
JJ, I think I just joined your channel, not YouTube. Yeah, you joined the channel membership. Oh, well, guys, it wasn't it wasn't 100% what we wanted, but it's definitely on the right path. Definitely on the right path. I don't know if the judge, because again, I'm Canadian, so I don't know if the judge could say a life sentence, which is 50 years, and is it mandatory 50 in California, or could he give a lesser of a sentence?
Well, the thing is that you have to remember that even as the DA was standing up there saying that it's 50 years with the possibility of parole, but because they were under the 26 years of age when the crimes were committed. Yes, 26 years of age. They get the youthful offender on there, which can lower their time. Yeah. So there are certain exceptions considering that.
Oh, hold on
their
one
age.
sec. Hold on one sec. The family's speaking.
Lyle and Eric Mnendez have served more than 30 years in prison since that 1996 conviction for murdering their parents. That was back in their Beverly Hills mansion in 1989. Their first trial ended in a mistrial, but there has been
They're not letting us hear. Yeah, she did totally fight for them in the second trial. It was incredibly unjust.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I won't say that, but I'm just saying she was hurt by it. The boys were hurt by it. Are they going to play him again?
For the Mnendez brothers in this highly.
No. Why aren't they letting us see the whole conference and the questions that are being asked?
This is going to be interesting. Like I said, I hope that, it's California, so I have high hopes that the judge is going to look at this and see it the same way a lot of us do. Not everybody, but a lot of us. Exactly. Yeah.
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 Due
Because
to
they
their
were
age
under
under 26, they
they
are
were under
eligible for
26.
life with parole. Will go to court and then the parole board. I'm just wondering if they can pass the parole board. Can the judge, what I'm saying is, can the judge decide
Say,
that
time
it
served.
time served? Can the judge say that? Or does he have to follow a mandatory sentence and then send it to the parole? Is what I'm wondering.
Double checking before I say something.
Oh. And you got to remember, this DA is in election season, so he was walking. He was definitely walking a fine line. And he tried to straddle both sides. I could see that. But I really wish he would have come out and said.
So, right here, it says if resentencing were to be granted, it's possible that the Mnendez brothers, who are in their 50s now, could be released due to time served.
So that means the judge could say time served.
Yes.
He could review it and do that.
Yes. With all the information that he has with, and I think that's why the prosecutor, the DA was out there talking about their time in prison and how they have a clean record, how they've improved themselves, how they've done this. I think that was all messaging to the judge just to kind of reaffirm what he's saying, because the judge is also going to have all of that in front of him when he's doing the review. And
yeah, and Tally Gal says based upon the DA, what DA said, judge can approve, but I think they will still have parole board involved. Yeah, it's like I said, guys, I'm Canadian. I don't understand the American justice system. I wish I did more because of the cases obviously we follow are all American. But well, listen, this press conference was not supposed to happen till late November. And Maggie says they'll be out before Christmas. I think, and like Garagos wants them out before Thanksgiving. Because he's already went on and Joan's birthday is,
isn't it
November,
right after or right
November.
before? No, go ahead. Sorry.
Joan's birthday is November 27th or 28th. She'll be turning 84. So I think that's a push too. At Crime and Coffee Crew, I have someone who needs to be added to your victim list. Her name is Nan Totter Law. She was unalived in a motel by the maintenance man. Absolutely.
Wow. That's horrible.
Give me 1 second. I'm just going to find my pen.
That's terrible.
Hold on. Oh, come on, pen. Nan, Toder. Yeah. Go ahead, Jamie. I'm just going to change this. I'm going to add Nan to it.
Oh, okay. So, I was just going to see. I'm stuck on that one. Yeah, they'll be out before Christmas. I believe that they will be out before Thanksgiving. That's just my thought behind it. When it comes to the parole board, I'm still trying to look that one up because, again, of the circumstances and the changes in California law. I don't know if that's going to be a 100% guarantee that they have to be on parole. Maybe probation. Who knows?
No, it's okay, JJ. It's fine. Yeah, Tally Gal says it's because we have so much crime here. And well, no, for me, it's because Canadian courts aren't open the way the United States courts are. So in a way, I guess it's a blessing because my goodness. But the well, like there's why they cut the press conference off, I don't know.
Because they want to get their talking points in.
Maggie, Eric's wife, I don't know about Lyle's. I haven't seen her, but Eric's wife she is a remarkable woman. She's done a couple interviews on behalf of Eric, and I guess she goes to the prison as many times a day, or as many visits as she can get. And I don't think they're going to. I definitely would not call Eric's wife crazy. I just wouldn't. I don't know anything.
Every once in a while, depending on who the person is that's in prison, and the women or the men, because women in there get the prison, because it's weird, but every once in a while you find a good one that's not just there because of your crime and just wanting to be attached to you. I'm saying I don't think Eric's wife is there just because of wanting to be attached to the name and everything.
Yeah, I would be very, very shocked if they didn't spend the rest of their lives together, because she does not come across as crazy. She even says, like, I know what people call me in the public. I know I go through this. But
she's not out looking for money off of his name either.
No.
So
she's been quite an influence, or quite a help in setting up all these things that the boys have been doing. Her family lived in the same neighborhood as my former husband and Mark Cuban. Very modest, not rich, middle class neighborhood, house 1200. Wow. Well, her name is on there now, JJ. Thank you for saying that. Yes, Lori is Eric's wife. She's very composed and authentic. Eric seems very bonded with her. Yeah. Thank you for saying her name, because I forgot her name right off the top of my head. Yeah. I don't understand either, Maggie, but I will say that Lori, Eric's wife, she's well put together. She's well spoken. She's well educated. She's just seems like a very, very nice woman. Tally says Lyle has been married for some time to his second wife. Yeah. Yeah, Lyle's a little bit different. I can't speak to Lyle's wife. I don't know. But I will speak on behalf of Lori and say, like, she's a stand-up. Yes, I know who Mark Cuban is. Yeah. I think anybody that watches Shark Tank knows who Mark is. Or Shark Tank. Yep. And like I said, I don't know. I can't speak to Lyle's wife. I don't know. And this is his second. So, your second marriage while you're in prison. I'm just saying. But Eric's wife is stuck with him through everything. So, and she has been a great help to both brothers. She actually was a great help of getting them brought back together in the same prison. She was a voice for that, to have them reunited. But
I'm still looking information up. Sorry.
Oh, Monarch says, thanks, Monarch. Judge just looked it up. Judge has the final decision, but the parole board has to agree.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
sure because, like I said, with all the changes that California has made with some of the laws, I wasn't sure, so I was looking that up right now too. I just wasn't. I was too busy also listening to the conversation over here that I wasn't finding the answer.
So that's kind of good though. So if he did say time served, then he would have to take that to the parole board, and the parole board would have to agree. So Tally Gal says Lori also went through learning that her daughter had been SA'd by her husband while she and Eric were still just friends. The husband unalived himself. I think she was already divorced by then. Yes. Thank you, Tally Girl. I wasn't sure if I was going to put that out, but I appreciate you saying that. Tally Gal says, at Monarch, where did you find that? Are they going to, a lawyer from Mnendez Brothers holds news conference after, oh, there's another news conference coming on. Mark Garagos is doing a news conference now. Maggie says, no, likely the parole board will disagree with the judge. But if the parole board looks at their record, like these guys do not have one strike against them. In 35 years, not one strike. Hey, Gina. Hi, Rochelle. It's been too long, but I've been catching up in the evenings. I've been missing you and the coffee crew. You're the best. Keep doing what you do. Thanks, Gina. And it's not in this live because I had to quickly put it up. But Gina, I have in all my lives in the description, I have your links to your books on Amazon. I keep putting them in every description. Tallygal, I Googled it and they paraphrased what the DA said. So, guys, I was going to end it, but Mark Garagos is going to go on now. So we'll keep going and wait for him. I'm just going to. I just noticed the scene change. So I thought, well, we might as well listen to Mark Garagos.
He may tell us what the brothers are feeling right now.
He might, yeah. Tally Gal says they are a perfect fit for resentencing. They no longer look at the crime, but rather how they utilize their time while incarcerated. Yeah. I thank you so much, Monarch, for saying that. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Your journal is in the mail. I hope that you enjoy. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I can't wait to use it. Maggie says, although judges have no jurisdiction in that arena, there is a hierarchy. There always is a hierarchy, no matter what, right? There's always a hierarchy. I'm just hoping that they get released before June's birthday. That would be very good. That would be great. I would hope they get released next week, but I think that's a little far-fetched.
Isn't her name Joan?
Joan, sorry. Thank you.
No, I was just double checking. I was thinking maybe I was wrong.
No, it's Joan. I said June.
I wasn't trying to correct you. I just was thinking I was wrong.
Oh, I'm glad you did correct me. Okay, Mark, let's go.
Yeah, let's not pull a DA thing.
I'm such a bad person. I don't hand out Halloween candy only because Halloween stresses my dog out so much. And I don't like him getting stressed out. So, but they had a box of Kit Kats, Coffee Crisp, Smarties, and Arrowroot chocolate bars. And I bought them for myself. We are Canadian polite. Yes, we are. And I don't know if you know what. I don't, because I know some of our chocolate bars you don't have down there. So.
That's funny because where I live right now, there's only 3 other houses like right in my little area. And so I buy candy just in case kids come by. But I ended up giving like the entire thing to our next door neighbors' kids because we just had no trick-or-treaters here last year or the year before.
My poor little
So I
dog.
pick out the ones I like and then I give the rest away.
There you go. My poor little dog. Where's Sky Troop, Bumble, Hugh, Deb, True Crime Wifey? Tell everyone that I said hello. I miss them and I'm at my son's baseball practice. I will tell them hello, Gina, but they do not agree with
Us.
They don't agree with us on this subject, so they stay away. Okay, there's no volume yet. Maggie, I'll have to hop on STS to see what attorneys say. Do you know if the hierarchy would be identical state to state, or can that be very... Oh, I'll be watching STS after this to see what the lawyers are saying, but I'm kind of glad Garagos is doing this press conference. Yeah, Gina, exactly. Oh, I got it. I understand. Yep, I understand completely too. But I will definitely send your hellos their way.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie says, by the way, Talal, my scope of knowledge on your question is based on me dating a judge. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Crime and Coffee Crew, you could just leave them out near the street. There's alternate Halloween programs to make candy more accessible and inclusive. We have, JJ, we have so many new subdivisions in this city that honestly, I might get 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 kids anyway. Majority of the people head to the new subdivisions. I forgot Garagos was coming on. He'll explain the process to us. I was just about to shut it off, and then I'm like, wait, lawyer for the Mnendez Brothers holds news conference. So I was like, well, I'm going to be watching that. No, I get it. I get it, JJ. We don't have, in this little town, we don't have many spots. I know the fire station, I do donate candy to them. Are their volumes working yet?
222.
Mic check.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
You're very echoey, bud.
Hey, Paul. It's been a while. Oh, sure, free sure swag. Hey, Paul. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Just that there's someone to leave there so I can come to work.
Okay, that's annoying to listen to. I would have been like, what? What are you talking about? Stickers? I want a donut. At Maggie, I've been represented by a retired judge as the GAL for a teen in foster care. Both she and husband are judges, but her mother just passed away, so I don't bother her with my questions. Oh, my neighbors just came home because they slam their doors and get my dog barking every time. I don't know how these people do not know how to shut their car doors properly.
How close is your house to theirs?
Oh, close.
Uh,
But literally, I'm shocked their doors even work. I've never heard people slam their car doors like that constantly.
I'll send my 24-year-old over to you.
No, Telegal, it's not. It's not a banned word. I just am making sure I always say the other words because chat doesn't usually get banned. It's me that gets in trouble for when I speak. So I just try to keep the same thing. This must be at a local restaurant, or it looks to me like it's a restaurant because that looks like bench seating.
Yeah?
Yeah, can you hear him?
Yeah. What looks like bench seating?
Where they're gonna have this press conference. I bet you it's a restaurant.
Huh. I was too busy looking at the cars up above.
Hello, welcome back. I'm so excited. I feel it.
Ouch.
That's right. Sorry, V. I had a hard time pronouncing your name last time, so I just said V.
Oh, I wish she would walk away from this case.
Huh?
Yep. You know who I'm talking about. Not a celebrity. I wish some celebrities would walk away from the Mnendez case.
Oh. KK.
Uh-huh.
At this point, though, I don't care who lends their name to it as long as they get out. At this point.
My throat is really sore today.
Sheena, did they do closing arguments for Sarah Boone today? Oh, no, they did not.
No, instead it was a really fun day of Owens making an ass out of himself. It was really frustrating.
It's okay, haha. It's a silly Stranger Things reference. Oh, okay.
Now you've got Rochelle's brain going. She's like, I'm gonna have to figure that one out.
Hey, Dave. Welcome. Sarah Boone closed. Who knows? It's the Boone trial. Hopefully by afternoon.
Hopefully they brought a bottle of
Yeah,
wine.
no, you're absolutely right. She's another one. Rosie, don't put a good taste in my mouth. No.
That too.
Oh, Gina, it's a circus. It's a circus. You have both attorneys sticking their foot in their mouth, saying something that really they shouldn't have said. It's just, and then sidebar after sidebar after sidebar. It's insane. The poor jury must have felt like yo-yos today. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Honestly. It's just, it's what I expected from a Boone trial. It truly is. I'm just so done with Boone. Come on, Garagos. Let's go. He likes to talk, so he's probably still over doing the and talking. Right, Gina? Why am I not surprised? It's they do their closing in the afternoon. They give the jury their directions. Honestly, guys, I'll be very surprised if it's a quick verdict. I think it won't be a verdict till Monday or Tuesday. But it will be so nice not to talk about Sarah Boone anymore.
Until all of her appeals.
Oh, I don't even give a crap. Her appeals won't win nothing. Because she can't say ineffective counsel, because no matter what you say about him, he's really did fight for her. Like, I don't see any other lawyer was going to be able to get domestic violence syndrome in as a defense.
The battered spouse syndrome one is, I'm so irritated at that one. I'm so irritated.
Oh, I'm irritated at it too, but that's what I mean. Like, what is she gonna have to appeal on? The judge Kranick has given everything possible to Owens.
Rochelle, she didn't get Pop-Tarts.
She didn't get Pop-Tarts, but that was her motion. That wasn't Owens' motion.
I was just saying that's an appeal. She didn't get Pop-Tarts.
Sarah Boone is someone I just can't care about. I don't, Tally Gal. I'm over Sarah Boone. I'm just over it.
I don't give a crap about Sarah Boone. I give a crap. I care about Jorge and or George and his family. I care about them. I don't care about Sarah Boone. They can put her underneath the prison somewhere. I don't care. But this trial just it irritates me beyond all belief. And I'm not, aside from the Adelson circus, I'm not usually rattled by trials, like to where they irritate me.
Tally Gal says, Pop Tarta. Oh, come on, Garagos.
But I do have to catch up on the well, there's another one that I was looking at, and it's a baby that was thrown into like a dumpster or something.
No. I don't do that. I don't do
I don't know what that one's about necessarily. I just want to know what happened there.
It's horrible. I can't bring myself to do baby trials. I just can't. No. The one that I really enjoy right now is Melody Ferris burn pit trial. Now that's an interesting trial. It's already 14 days in.
On the other craziness, I hear that diddling around got him another 14 charges or something.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you call him, that name, because especially on your channel, like I'm going to just point it out, because you can get a real bad strike on you for using that word.
No, I'm saying I'm not calling him that. I said diddling around.
Yeah,
like something you do, not something like not calling him anything.
No, but YouTube doesn't care if it's coming across as something that like that. They will strike you.
Oh wow!
I'm just saying that just to let you know.
No,
I would just call him Diddy. I would.
Well, I do when I'm actually talking and using his name. I do. It's just I think it's another 14 charges.
Yeah, that's another case I can't follow.
I know.
I just refuse to even discuss that man. Oh. Well, I hope he hurries up, because I would like to eat before I do. He's probably still talking in the other one. I'm
I'm
going to
slightly
take.
disappointed today. Ouch. I'm happy, but I'm slightly disappointed.
Maggie says SB is an entirely different duck, but I do feel bad for her more than I did initially. She's still guilty as all get out, but I wouldn't want her life. No, I wouldn't want her life either. But I still think, like I've said from the beginning, her and George were violent to each other. But I do agree with what Brian said, is that she's the aggressor in every situation. So I can't watch the Simone toddler trial, but I've popped in to see bits and pieces. Mom is trash. Actually, it's a sad case of intergenerational trauma, but she was a Poe's mother. Yeah. I can't even. I don't know why, but last night I fell asleep and YouTube decided that it was going to put that trial on after I was watching something else. And I woke up to it and I'm like, oh, hell no. Nope.
I woke up to Peter.
Well, when I liked it.
Yeah, I did put I love him. I subscribe to him. And so but I didn't put him on. I accidentally fell asleep with YouTube on last night. But when I woke up this morning at like 5 a.m, it was Peter. I was like, okay, that's a pretty face to wake up to. I'm okay.
Exactly. Oh, the poor guy. The poor guy. But hey, I don't mind if that's on my TV when I wake up. I don't mind.
I'm like I wake up, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a lawyer I would like to know.
Poor guy.
I feel bad for his wife. I do.
She's a sweetheart.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, from like the way some of us, like I just said, like, I don't mind waking up to, blah, blah, blah. I feel bad for her because she's like, that is my husband. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm not coming, like, I would never even try to come for somebody's husband. I'm just saying he's a pretty face and I don't mind seeing it when I wake up.
Yep. And Maggie, you're right. The entire family of that poor little boy should be ashamed. Absolutely. Maggie, don't tempt me to emphasize because then I'll have to watch it. Oh, I just can't. I can't watch it. It's so heartbreaking.
1 second.
Maggie says, I love Peter. That poor guy is right, but damn, he's cute. Maggie, he's a cutie patootie, that one. And he's got a nice voice. And like, I wonder how many of his subscribers are just women and that probably aren't even into, like, I'd love to find out how many women subscribers he has that aren't even into true crime. Because I'm sure there's a bunch.
Like, honestly, he could be talking about a case that I don't even care about, and I will still sit there and watch him just to watch him.
Tally Gal, the lawyer, Peter,
Tread, how do you say his last name again? It's T.R. Trejo? I can't remember how to say his last name.
Yeah, the lawyer, L-Y-K.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got so many people's names in my head right now, it's not coming out.
Uh-huh.
Tragos, yeah. What?
Yeah, that's what it is.
What? Who's Peter? Tragos. Thank you, Maggie, because his name wasn't coming to the tip of my tongue because he's just cutie patootie to me.
His voice is so soothing too. Not gonna lie. Yes.
He's
Oh,
cute, but not my type. Laugh out loud.
I don't know how
That's
he
what
could not be
that's what
anybody's
we
type.
Tallygill, that's what we all say. He's very intellectually stimulating.
Oh, taking my mind out of that.
that's I call him the cutie patootie. Anybody watched his live during the hurricane? I was like, man, you're just doing this on purpose. his cleanup video. I was like, oh dear Lord in heaven. There's another 2,000 women subscribers right there.
He's a thirst trap.
Tallygal, he does talk really fast. He does. I think that's the lawyer, though, right? I think that's the lawyer. So he's just talking, and can't wait to see her face when they say guilty. Oh, me too, Dave.
I hope they.
I will be doing that one live. I will. Maggie says not only is he handsome, he's a good husband, dad, he's fair, smart, and Greek, right? And he is. Like, he was going to go to the Sarah Boone trial, but his wife, Abby, I believe that's her name, Abby, had something to do. And he is apologizing to his chat. He's like, I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you, but I'm on daddy duty. He's such a good person. You can tell he's a good person. But yeah, his cleanup after the hurricane, I was like, there goes your subscription right through the roof.
Wow. Come on, Garagos.
Oh, Whitley. Thank you, Maggie. Whitney. I love listening to him when it's a case I'm interested in. He seems extremely knowledgeable about almost every kind of case he does. And he will speak on both sides, right? Like he will play both sides of it.
Yeah, he does. Because even in this Sarah Boone trial, he'll sit there and talk about things that they need to change to help her and stuff like that. I mean, he will.
Yeah.
He's definitely a defense attorney, but he's I don't know. I don't think of him as a slimy one. I think of Owens as a slimy attorney. Rash is a slimy attorney.
Thank you, Maggie, for correcting me. Thank you. Whose wife is it I'm thinking of then that's name's Abby? His wife is a sweetheart too. Like when they were preparing for the hurricane, she air fried everything they had, made sure, like, she is a sweetheart. And his dad is awesome when he brings
oh yeah, his dad's great.
Yeah, when he brings his dad on. Okay, are they even going to do this press conference? Yeah, he was a prosecutor for a while. Yep. I tell you, I would say if Peter did a meet and greet somewhere, I would go. I would go. I would even pay to go. I would pay for a ticket to go. JJ says, having coffee. I wonder what 3 letters is thinking about the Mnendez as she is so against defense. But here there are special circumstances. Essay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she would be thinking. I'm pretty sure she would be on the side of keep them locked up. But again, and that's her opinion, and everybody's allowed their opinion. And if, like I said, guys, if we didn't have our own opinions and everybody thought the same thing, it'd be so darn boring. Life would be boring. Well, I don't know if Garagos is actually going to do this. Maybe they'll end up canceling it. Could you imagine if we sat here this whole time and he canceled the press conference? Mm-mm-mm. See, this looks like a restaurant or something, like a pub or something. Because those would be bar chairs. Looks like let me just see. Was that a cook that just looked out the window? Let's be nosy. What did you do? I just saw somebody peek his head out the window there. Bottom line, spoiler alert, they get a new sentencing trial. Bottom line, spoiler alert, they get a new sentencing trial.
I don't think it's going to go to that.
Where did you hear that, Maggie? Oh, I missed the darn guy again in the window. Oh, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Trying to figure out if this is a restaurant or not. It looks like a pub, and they're got firefighter mural. But how would she? My sister, not sure where she heard it. She's up north, but how would she hear that? Because the DA said he wasn't even going to file the papers with the court until tomorrow morning. And I'm okay with a sentencing trial because that's just going to, I would think a sentencing trial takes the parole board right out of it.
Yes, it does.
So I'm okay if that's the case because they would have to be in the court. They might just walk right out of the courtroom. Free men. So a sentencing trial, I'm okay with. Because that would take the parole board right out of the equation. But that's interesting. I wonder where that's weird to me because he's not filing till tomorrow morning. Unless there's this backdoor stuff that's going on, which happens in politics, right? So happens like plea deals, all that. It's all backdoor stuff. I'll be right back, guys.
Sorry. I need a drink. Yeah, I'm trying to picture that. But if they were to do a resentencing trial, that actually works out pretty well considering that it's not going to be the same people that were deciding their fate in 1989 or 1992. So.
Geez, if they got that or sentencing trial,
Like, Rochelle,
then
think about that real quick. Because if they did get that, that would mean that they would have people, like a completely new set of people to decide what their sentence would be. And it would be today's more standardized rather than the 80s and the 90s thinking.
exactly. And well, is it not possible that the judge just hands down a sentence? Like, does it have to be a jury of their peers?
I don't think for the sentencing, I don't think that it has to be the jury or a jury or a panel even. It would probably be decided by Garagos and the boy or the guys on with whether they wanted jurors or a panel or the judge.
Well, I would say a jury. But
I'd have to look
again,
up the judge. Do we know what
I
judge
don't
is
know.
going to be handling it? So I can
No.
find out.
Well, no, because he hasn't even filed it yet.
That's true. You're right.
So there'd be nothing. And again, it's California, so a lot of stuff you don't get to see.
I am thirsty. Yes, you're right.
And oh, they're playing elevator music. That's hilarious. No, thank you. No, thank you. Sorry this is taking so long, guys. I did not expect this extra press conference, but might as well cover it. Maggie says, I don't know. She works for the government and just seemed to know stuff. She can be wrong, but usually is not. Well, if it's a sentencing trial, then that takes the parole board out of the equation.
I'm thoroughly disgusted right now because my son went to the store and bought Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola, and I'm gagging on the Coca-Cola.
Oh, thanks for
It's
sharing.
not Pepsi. Well, I was just doing that because you complained that one day about having Pepsi instead of Coke.
Yeah, I can't stand Pepsi.
And now I have Coke instead of Pepsi and I'm irritated.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with that because that means no parole board. If he resentenced them and resentenced them as time served,
They
walk out of that courtroom free men. Right, Spartan? Right?
Oh, I can also unplug the internet.
Right,
Oh, wait,
Spartan?
no. Because if I unplug the internet, then I can't do what I'm doing with you.
Just saying.
I can't. Oh, that's funny. Oh.
Just saying, eh, Spartan? I only got Pepsi because the store, they didn't have any more Coke. They sold out.
Anyways, that's funny.
Oh, Spartan, I think is your son.
my 24-year-old.
I've got your back, Spartan. I got your back.
That's funny. I didn't even know he was on. Now my face is all red. Okay.
Well, it looks like they're getting busier, guys. Looks like it might be getting closer to it.
You think the family's going to speak again today? Actually, I think no, that was the other. Sorry, that was when we were doing the old one on accident, and he was like, and she'll say something in about 5 minutes. That was the
Yeah.
one. So never mind. I wonder if they will speak.
I don't know. Well, they seem to have spoken at the other press conference, but they cut them off. That was not right.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't have cut the family off, but
So are you going straight from this one to your next one?
no. No, I need to eat first. I've never met Crimes Untangled. Hello, are you in the States or Canada?
I am in the States, and I'm a moderator on Crimes and Coffee. I'm with you guys in the crew. So hi.
Yeah. No, Maggie. I understand that press conference is over. Maggie said, I just called my sister. She said the conference is over and you might not be in the right URL. She said the family was there during the conference. Yep. We know that, but this is, see where it says breaking news. Lawyer for Mnendez Brothers holds news conference after LA District Attorney's briefing on resentencing. And they're setting up, waiting for Mark Garagos. There's another news conference going to happen, or a press conference, I guess you want to call it. And they're still setting up for him, so they're not tearing it down.
You got ET in there. I can't see what that one is, but
ET
something news. I can't read that one though.
Extra.
Is that extra down there?
Yeah, the blue one's extra.
I thought ET was the same as extra. Isn't that funny?
That's okay, Maggie. You don't need to be sorry. I'm watching the Boone case at the same time. Yeah, you don't have to be sorry. And I just happened to see it because I was going to turn it off. I was going to stop the live, but I was like, oh, now we got to wait for Garagos. Oh, cameraman's getting dizzy. Cameraman's getting dizzy. Oh. Oh, he got it all back together now. Sorry, guys, that this is taking so long.
Like, the guy that's up there helping with the microphones and everything, he's got that red strap across his chest. I believe it's from the backpack.
Yeah.
Did you ever use that strap on with a backpack?
Oh, I'd have to go back and see. I don't know. And Blondie would move. No, I never used that.
Yeah, I was just curious because I'm like, who really actually uses that? Apparently he does. But I'm saying, like, I just never used it. I knew what it's for.
It's supposed to help with your back posture.
Right. It is. I guess I'm too lazy, as somebody would say.
Well, as Spartan said.
I never used it. Hey, Maggie, how is this Arabian trial going right now? Because I'm not watching it.
It should be over. She's probably on rewatch.
Oh, okay.
It
Oh
would
yeah,
have been
'cause it's
over.
like yeah, it's like 6 o'clock in Florida now.
Yeah, it'd be over. The one juror said she couldn't stay past 5:30 today, so
Gotcha. My goodness. Can you guys hurry this along? Ouch. How many men does it take to set up mics?
I think they need a bigger tree for the mics.
I just thought it'd be better than
Anybody
how many
that
men
just
does it
came in, we are just waiting for Mark Garagos to do a press conference after the LA district attorney did the briefing. So it is like watching paint dry at the moment. They're trying to get extras mic out front with ET and
that looks like the logo for Good Morning America. No, it isn't. Never mind. The one behind ET.
oh, the white and
Looks
red
like the
one.
morning show. Yeah, with the red on it. I was thinking the morning show maybe, but no, that's not the right logo. Now I'm just playing a game trying to figure out everybody's mics up there.
Hey, Shiraz. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hi, Shiraz.
Hot coffee. Welcome. You like Owens.
Oh,
You're a dying breed, my dear. You're a dying breed.
He irritated me so badly today.
I can't stand him. But I can't stand William J. or the other prosecutor, Cacciatore. I can't stand him either.
How are you doing today, Shiraz?
We're just waiting on this other press conference, and then we can end this live. It was the Mnendez press conference, the district attorney, and now we're just waiting on Mark Garagos. Oh, I was watching on EDB today, the Boone trial. Thank God for Emily. She made it so much easier to watch. Oh, I tell you, thank God for her. And I write, holy cow.
Blinded by the light.
Watching it anywhere else is just frustrating, but she is just so good. And if anybody doesn't know who we're talking about, EDB is Emily D. Baker.
She's amazing.
She is. Shiraz, do you have her a link that you could post for Emily? Anybody that hasn't went over to EDB, you just don't know what you're missing. She's amazing. Did you see the videos that the prosecution played today? Well, I was gonna go live. Probably now it's at this point it's gonna be 8 because I was gonna go over the videos that the prosecution played today. Thanks, Shiraz. Yeah, Emily D. Baker. She got me through Sarah Boone today. And I was like,
I put it in the wrong one. Sorry, my hands are all over the place right now.
Come on, guys. Thank you, Shiraz. Thank you so much. They're still playing with the mics. Come on, guys. Anybody got some duct tape? We need some duct tape over here. Is Red Green in the audience? Because if Red Green's in the audience, he can get this fixed. Oh, that red and white one was Inside Edition.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I said the same thing, Shiraz. It looks like a pub. Yep. Yeah, it's Inside Edition.
He put it there. He's like, nobody touch this. It's fine the way it is.
Because they handed it to him. And I
See,
saw
he's like, don't touch it.
Just leave it like that. Looks like somebody popped him in the eye. It looks like he got popped in the eye.
He's like, all right, everybody.
Yeah,
I've got it here.
Garagos is doing this at a pub because he needs a drink afterwards.
Don't go touching it. Just walk away.
How long before somebody touches them again? Look at that. See?
Come on, guy.
Oh, somebody else is there playing? I'm going to come and play too. Oh, here comes the duct tape.
Oh my goodness, this is craziness.
They're sending they're putting it to the judge tomorrow, filing with the judge tomorrow for resentencing. I knew somebody had to have duct tape. Somebody had to have. Look at it. About time. The DA was recommending resentencing. Said that they should get, because there was 2 murders, it's 50 years, but he's recommending that it be life with the chance of parole, and because they were under the age of 26, help me out, Jamie, what was the word?
There's basically special circumstances. It's the youthful offender. And so because they were under the age of 26, they get extra things looked at when it comes to sentencing. More ways to adjust that time rather than it being set in stone.
Evidence 2023, welcome. What's the next trial to watch? Oh my goodness. Evidence, it's insane. There's so many going on right now. The Melody Fair's burn pit trial is still going on. That is an incredible trial. Then we've got the sheriff and the judge trial. There should soon be something about that. That one I'm really interested in, the sheriff and the judge one.
I've got the P. Diddy one, and I've been following Mnendez Brothers, and I watched Sarah Boone, but that one's hard, and it's almost over, thank goodness. So,
But there's a lot coming up, and you know what? The Adelsons, there's soon going to be start seeing stuff there because Donna's got her new lawyers. So,
have we heard anything new on the motion,
what motion?
Charlie?
Nothing yet. I'm gonna
Nothing.
actually, while this is doing that, I'm just gonna check it up here.
Okay. I was just curious because I hadn't heard anything yet today, although I hadn't looked up that today specifically. So. Yeah, it's absolutely should have been that way, Shiraz. It was ridiculous. But that youthful offender law was just came out a few years ago, to where they're relooking at cases of people who were incarcerated at such a young age.
No, nothing. The last thing was the 21st, and it was the reply to the state's response.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing else. No findings in that yet. This girl must be an assistant to Garagos. There's a whole database of upcoming trials on this server run by the folks I mod with over at Defense Diaries. It's a ginormous collection of everything. Check it out. Oh, I'm going to definitely do that.
So look at that.
The local DA in Raleigh is resisting Charlie's motion. Resisting Charlie's motion for lower trial court to hear him on ineffective counsel claim. Yeah. Is resisting Charlie's motion. The DA in Tallahassee, Leon County, Florida. Yeah. So an Ufferman replied to the state's reply, and now it's just in somebody else's hands to see if they send it down to Leon County or not, or they deny it. Oh, buddy, they ran out of tape, man.
Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
Oh, he's just changing his another mic out for the same company.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's very interesting. Thank you, Shiraz. In the left-hand column, there's a list of trials by what stage they are in, organized by date.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Garagos. I need to eat.
You want some Pop-Tarts?
No, it's taking so long. I'm going to have to order pizza. I didn't want to, but.
Wait. No. There we go. The man of the hour.
Of course, inside edition.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. You are here at Engine Company number 28 in downtown Los Angeles. I am Holly Baird with Garagos and Garagos. How do we sound? Good? Okay, good. All right, we'll start momentarily. Thank you, guys.
Horrible. You sound horrible. It sounds horrible.
She was giving the thumbs up.
How does it think that sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I'll turn it up, guys, when he starts talking.
What did he do to it? He tripped over this part.
Oh. Sorry, guys.
Thank you. I'm Mark Garagos, along with Cliff Gardner, Alex Kazarian. We represent Lyle and Eric Mnendez. Brian Friedman is here, who represents the family that's sitting behind me. On behalf of the family, I think I speak for all of them. We thank the DA for what he did today. And contrary to what some of the questions were.
Are you kidding me?
What is happening?
It was only done for the election. I'm here to tell you that before there was ever any talk of an election, before there was ever any talk of whether or not he was down polls or anything else, this DA had taken seriously writ of habeas corpus after Judge Ryan issued the request for an informal reply. And when I say he had taken it seriously, in this building, we actually did what's called a conditional examination. We had Joan, who's here, who's Kitty's older sister, who we had preserve her testimony because Joan wanted to be heard, and I wanted her to be heard, even though she's more spry than I am and will live a lot longer than me. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew when I first took this case 18 months ago with Cliff, one of the questions we always got, and that I've always got, is, well, what about Kitty? And I've heard that, I can't tell you, innumerable times. And I'm the lawyer, so who's going to buy what I'm selling?
However, I will tell you that the family is uniform behind me in their resolve that these boys need to come home. And today is a monumental victory on that path. And let me explain to you why. The DA today initiated resentencing. Any minute may have already been done. They filed the request for resentencing in the criminal courts building, the Clara Shortridge Courts building. Now what happens is it goes in front of a judge. That judge now will make the decision. What the DA recommends is just that. It's a recommendation. It's up to a judge to decide what to do. If there is a hearing, and I say if because there doesn't necessarily have to be one, but if there is a hearing, all of these family members who are behind me will be heard. All of these family members will uniformly ask one thing, which is, bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them home. Enough is enough. That's uniform. This is the family that knows them. It's the family that believes 35 years is enough. And we anticipate, I know that there was a couple of questions, and by the way, it's much cooler in this room than it was at the DA's office. We can afford HVAC over here. The part of what we plan on doing is highlighting the work that they have done, the boys, I call them the boys, the brothers have done. I think it resonated with the DA today, and he mentioned the fact that they had, as of 2005, no hope. The Ninth Circuit had rejected their habeas. They had no hope, and they were basically resigned themselves to live the rest of their lives behind bars. You can go in two different directions at that point. They took a path that was not often traveled, and they have created programs. They have created green space programs. They have the love and support of an enormous family that has waited patiently for this day. I believe before Thanksgiving, they will be home. I still believe that. I believe we will have a hearing. I'm hopeful that we will have a fair hearing. And I want to make one comment. The DA referenced today the divisions in his office. And I know that there's been a lot of talk about it being political. But one of the things that they mentioned today was that there have been 300 resentencings in the course of the 3 and some odd years that this DA has been in office. 300 young men and women have been resentenced, including 28 people for murder. Only 4 have reoffended. Those 4 were technical violations. Literally, were not violent acts. That's an amazing statistic and speaks to redemption and speaks to some of the work that this current DA is doing that has been made a caricature in the media. And I would just say that if you're going to warehouse people, one of the things that Eric and Lyle have done, and I've been down there, Brian can speak to this as well, he's been down there with me. They have created this wonderful green space program that's based on a Norwegian model, which assumes that eventually people are going to be released back into the community. It assumes that rather than release them back in the community to reoffend, let's release them back in the community so they can get acclimated in the community. And in their C files, which is what the DA has been waiting for and what they reviewed today and why they recommended resentencing, in their C files were letters by high-ranking correctional officers, something I've never seen in 40 years, who said, I would not only recommend that Lyle or Eric be resentenced, I would also welcome them as a neighbor in my neighborhood. I've never seen that before. And I think that speaks volume to the idea of redemption. It speaks volumes to the idea
of what the kind of good work they're doing. And I think also, if you're going to talk about victims' rights, here are all the victims right here, both sides of the family. They've flown in from all over the country on how much notice? What did I give you?
6 hours. 6 hours.
6 hours notice. They dropped everything. They left work. They canceled appointments to come here in a show of force because enough's enough. Enough's enough. They want them to come home. I've become enamored with Joan, and it's an amazing testament to her ability to forgive, for her ability to see the goodness in these young men. And we're just very, very hopeful that we get them released. I said it the other day when we were all at the criminal courts building, nothing would make me more happy than to celebrate Thanksgiving with them, with Joan, and have them out. And with that, we'll take a couple of questions. The family will take a couple of questions, and then we're going to cut it off. It's been a long day, and we're going to get them back home.
I have a question. No, this is not regarding everything, but several months ago, Judge Ryan requested from his people why there was no evidence disposed in the trial, in the second trial. There was none allowed. He wants to know why. Is that not even a question anymore?
That's still a question. It's a great question. Because what Joan is asking is, on the request that he issued in response to the habeas, which is separate than from the resentencing, I take one issue with the DA who said it's still a murder. Remember, back in 1994, and I've mentioned this before, and anybody will listen, I actually tried a battered woman's case, a woman named Yoshi Kale, in 1994. I used the battered woman's defense. Ultimately, we got her a manslaughter, and she was sentenced to probation. It was a long slog. In 1994, with these young men, it was ruled that because they were children, that would not come into evidence. That was, and the DA in the first trial argued men can't be raped. They don't have the equipment. That was where we were then. We are at a different place now. That is the habeas question. For the resentencing question, I will just quote what the resentencing DAs said, that in all the time they have reviewed C files, they've never seen a more exemplary background while in custody than these two young men.
Thank you. It's bothered me for so long because I read it and I couldn't believe it, and then nothing ever happened. And the judge and the DA, or not the judge, but the DA and the prosecutor agreed that they would not use any, because they had too many trials lost.
Right.
And they needed to pick Mnendez up.
Well, for those who don't know, you had a judge at the time, and he's still alive, so I'm not saying anything bad about somebody who's not alive, but that judge himself had lost a highly publicized case of a young man when he was a DA. You can look it up. It was called Ricky Kyle. He then presided over the Rodney King case, and we all know what happened in the Rodney King case. That was an acquittal.
Right.
He then presided over the first Mnendez case. That was a hung jury. And then 8 days before evidence started in trial number 2, the rules changed because, a cynic might say, because OJ was acquitted.
Exactly.
And I'll take a couple of questions and then, yes.
Okay, so I know he said, all right, it's now murder. So were they found guilty of murder with a special enhancement? And so he's basically taking that special enhancement away. So now it's murder, and is that why it's now 50 years to life as opposed to life without the possibility of parole? And what are the two resentencing laws that he's using here?
So under California law, once he initiates the resentencing, you then have the ability, specifically for a crime before 1990, to have that sentence recalled, to have the special circumstances. What the DA is saying is we're going to remove the special circumstance. A special circumstance is what prohibits them from getting life, a straight life, which would make them eligible for parole. That right now, in my humble opinion, is the top. That's the ceiling. The judge, after a hearing, could recall that murder conviction, could sentence them to a lesser included, which is a voluntary manslaughter. If you negate the malice, that would make it, and the way you negate the malice is through imperfect self-defense. Manslaughter, they could get time served.
Oh, let's
John, if
hope.
you could, we couldn't hear you on this side. If you could speak a little louder, or someone give her a mic.
If I speak any louder, I'm going to yell.
Not you, Joe.
Okay.
Joe, and the second question: do the brothers know that have you spoken to them today? Have they been gotten word of what the DA has put on the
I believe that they have gotten word. I believe that they are 100% on board with what we're doing. I don't know why they wouldn't. They've waited. Like I say, they lost the last appellate argument roughly 2005 until I didn't say that.
That's what I'm asking. Have you spoken?
Yes. I don't talk about attorney-client.
With this renewed hope that the brothers will be released, have you as a family talked about where they will go? Will they live with one of you? How will you reacclimate them, assuming the judge goes along with this and the parole board agrees? What are the plans? What hopes do you have for them?
Well, we have, without committing, look, it's obvious that if they're released, it's at least obvious to me, that they will be inundated. And generally, when somebody has been incarcerated and institutionalized for decades, you have to have a reentry plan. We have already put together a reentry plan. If we do the hearing, and it's not by stipulation, that will be what we will provide to the court. We would not be revealing any of that right now for security reasons, but we have a robust reentry plan that we have already previewed with the district attorney, which went into their calculation as to recommending resentencing.
How would they make a living? How would they support themselves and so forth?
Well, the interesting thing about that is both of them are married. Both of them are married to spouses who make a living. Both of them are active students. Lyle is in a master's program. Eric is in an undergrad program. And they have a family that would support them as well. So I'm not going to get into their W-2s or their 1099s.
Do you expect that their prison reform work will continue if they leave prison?
I need you to speak up.
Do you expect that their prison reform work will continue if they are released?
It's my understanding from both of them that one of the things they really love doing is the Green Space Project. I mean, Brian's been down there twice with me to see it. It's an enormous. I invite any of the press. You want to do a story on the Mnendez brothers? Take a look at that Green Space Project at the Donovan State Prison. Donovan Prison is a prison that you have to earn your way into. That's part of the incentive system at the California Department of Corrections. What they have done is taken an area that is drab and gray and depressing, frankly. Eric, who is an enormously talented artist, has started to paint or supervise the murals that go around. Lyle, who has gotten his degree and is pursuing his master's in urban planning, has got a project laid out that to me is unbelievable in terms of making it acclimated, and has gone to the point of understanding that having hills, for instance, or having gradients of ground level and not all flat land has something to do with balance and has something to do with aging and has all kinds of an amazing research that's been done. And so, yes, long answer to your question, that's not work that I think for a second they're an abandon. I think they're going to double down into that.
The DA mentioned that the brothers have rehabilitated. Can you tell us how? And second question, have you talked to this judge to know how he's thinking?
Okay, the first question I heard is, how have they rehabilitated? when I say a C file, that's the nomenclature for their file while they're in prison, which has all of their write-ups, all of their commendations, all of anything they've done wrong. Their C files and their analysis is outstanding. The only reason they have any points whatsoever in their C file is because they presently are life without parole prisoners, which necessitates them to be at a level 19. Yes.
Jen spoke last week so eloquently. Would she be willing to give us her reaction today?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. I think, look, they're here to support, and they all flew in on 6 hours notice because they don't want any misunderstanding. This is the family. The family is unified, and the family wants them home. Anybody or suggestion otherwise is just unfounded. Any suggestion otherwise is not part of the family.
Want to talk about Mr. Anderson's statement that he put out today, Milton Anderson?
No, I really don't. I don't think they want to engage. I don't want to be negative. I will just say this. When you go on to the DA's opponent's website, somehow Anderson, of all the 250,000 lawyers in California, found a lawyer who is a disgruntled ex-DA who is endorsing his opponent. And Anderson was invited to speak and never did. So no, I don't want to talk about it, but I think if you connect the dots, you'll understand what's really happening there. Thank you, everybody. That's it. It's been a long day. Brian?
I just want to say one
Can
thing.
you go to the mic, please?
Yeah. This is Brian Friedman, BRYANFREEDMAN, and I represent these wonderful people who have been through so much. And I just want the press to recognize that it's not the suffering that they have gone through on a daily basis, gathering here, hoping and praying that there'll be a release of their family members. You know, these are the victims. They are just as much the victims as anyone else. They've gotten their hopes up every time they come to court. They've stayed in touch with their family. They stayed in touch with the boys, and they love the boys. And they loved Kitty and Jose. And it just so happens that these are the very people who suffered all the way around. And they want the boys home. They want to hug them outside of prison. They want to connect with them. They want to help them. They want to watch these boys do wonderful things in the world. They want to watch them help other people. They want them to serve as examples of goodness and change and all of it. And I want to see that they have that opportunity, that they have that opportunity to love them and to touch them and to watch them do good. And that's why they're here. And that's why they show up on a moment's notice, no matter what's going on. Yeah. And they're wonderful people. And I wish they were my family. Not saying anything wrong with my family. Joan, you're gonna meet my mom, so not saying anything wrong, but they're lovely people. They're wonderful people, and they're people that love and know these boys and have been there to love and support them. And let's remember one thing: these are human beings, and human beings who, and all of you, I'm sure, have someone in your family who has struggled with something in some way. Maybe it's not as severe as this. Maybe it's more severe. But you know what? It's family. You love them. You give them chances. You give them second chances. These people aren't just showing up today. They have been there for 35 years. 35 years. Enough is enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, now you guys got your trips. Thank you.
Well, guys, Sherez says at Tallygal, who is the other side? I thought the Mnendez family was also on board with their release. I haven't looked into the coverage. So the one brother, from what I gathered of everything I've read, the one brother of Kitty. who is estranged and has been estranged from the family even when Kitty was still alive, is out there causing grief. And
He doesn't want them to be released. He thinks that it's ridiculous, that they did it on purpose, that it was premeditated. That's his stance.
yeah. So, and one of the blonde girls in the back is actually his daughter. And I think it's the one that was in the black sweater, black skirt that said, "No, we don't want to talk about him." I believe that's his daughter. Yeah. Shiraz, I was representing the DA campaign. Gaston is up for re-election, down 20 points. The brother that was mentioned, Kitty's bro, has spoken out against the release. He was abusive to his family too. Yeah. Can you keep this going for a second? My pizza
Okay.
just came.
So Shiraz said, but he didn't have a relationship with Kitty while she was alive. I would actually have to look that one up. I don't know if he had a relationship with Kitty or if he just has guilt maybe afterwards from whatever their relationship was. He's not, from what I've read, he's not a good person. So, at least to his family, he wasn't a good person. Is he down 20 points? I think that when everybody talks about this being all about a re-election, we have to remember that a lot of people have been fighting this for 35 years, and almost every year feels like another election year. He's down by 20 points, though, Tally Gal? That's crazy. I don't know which judge this is that has it. He said Judge Ryan, right? I think. I'm not sure. Okay. He did have a relationship with Kitty, but abandoned his family, and his children don't have a relationship. And his children don't have a relationship with him. Okay, so okay. I was partially right. I was like, I just know that he's not a great person. So.
Okay, sorry, Tally girl. I meant, yeah, that's what I meant. He abandoned his family. Sorry about that. And his children.
I kind of butchered it.
But yeah, he's a lone wolf in the family, and I call him a wolf because of his actions towards his own family. And these people, the rest of the family here, they just don't want nothing to do with him. So you always get the one, right? There's always one that is going to go against the fray because they want their 15 minutes of fame. Yes, thank you so much, Tally Gal. But all right, everyone, I am going to end the stream now because my pizza just arrived and I'm hungry.
I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich while it was going. So
there we go.
Bye, everybody.
I just want to thank everybody new that came in. I appreciate that you came in and hung out with us for this 3 hours, almost 3.5 hours. Thank you so much. Thank you to all my mods, Jamie and Shiraz. Thank you very much to Tallygal. I appreciate you being here. Duck, I appreciate you. Oh, let me just make sure I get everybody. I just want to make sure. Maggie, thank you so much. Evidence, thank you. And then there's hot coffee. Gina, thank you. Spartan, don't let your mom do that to you anymore.
I will get the chocolate. Quiet.
Dave, I just want to thank everybody. V, thank you. I know I'm missing people here. Monarch. There was some new people. I know I see new people. Live. That's it. Live. And when in doubt, be a unicorn. Love that name. Sandy, Conger. Thank you, everyone, so much. Stop by
Rochelle.
Coffee anytime.
Rochelle,
Yes.
thank you for having me on. And our community, the community that you've built is just so wonderful. I just want to say thank you and hi to everybody and have a good night.
Talk to you all later. Thank you so much.